Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Tough Talk Today with Ty
and Deb.
And just remember that every time you watch our show, it is consisted of different conversations and topics off the cuff, just situations that we deal with every day from a public opinion perspective.
Some may be a little gut punching, but we'll deal with those as well. So without further ado, our topic for today.
All right, so we're gonna dive right in. And we actually had someone who hit us up on Tough Talk Today, and she wanted to have us discuss a conversation called "Should Married Mingle with the Single?"
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yes,
that's a good one.
And this topic comes from Janet R. in South Carolina. So we thank you, Janet, for reaching out to us, first of all, and definitely share with your friends and family about Tough Talk Today. And we're going to have some fun discussing your topic. Janet did have some situations that she cared not to discuss. That she dealt with because she is someone who is single.
She is single.
And she has friends that are married.
So I'm excited to hear what Janet has to say.
Yes.
Or share.
Yes. So Janet shared one situation with me in reference to her married friends. And she said she has a problem with some of her girlfriends. They don't like her being around their husbands. Yeah,
that's interesting. That's
very interesting. So I can understand both perspectives, and I can honestly see, where that might be an issue. And Janet, and just to go over a couple of things, I think we were all once single at one time. I think
I've been on both sides.
Yes, I've been on both sides. So, and I can honestly say, when I was single, I didn't want to hang out with married people. I really didn't. It wasn't my thing. I was a single young lady, so their mindsets are different. When you're single, you kind of want to hang out, have some fun, chill out with your girlfriends or your other girlfriends that are single. So, this is definitely a situation that I see that could have a lot of pros and cons to it. So I'm gonna start with a pro.
Let's hear it.
Yes, so hanging out with married people, if you're single, can be a pro because there's a lot of differences of opinion that can be positive. Definitely it adds balance, because there's going to be discussion that I feel like could be something on a side where you can have association of differences, but yet they can be on a positive set. What you think?
I think with the singles mingling with the married, you just need to discuss the line.
Yeah.
Because there are lines that have to be written.
Yes.
And you just need to know that you can't cross lines.
Absolutely. And what are some of those lines that could be crossed when you're dealing with, whether it's a single man or a single woman? What are some of those lines that can be crossed? Because I know if you are friends with single men or single women, sometimes the lines may have already been crossed because those people have dealt with each other.
That is true.
True.
So can you still be friends?
Right. Yeah.
Still be friends?
So then that goes into another topic.
Can you still be friends? Because you should not discuss something with your single friend that you can't discuss with your mate, your spouse.
Your spouse.
That shouldn't be at all.
Absolutely.
So
that's a line that definitely can't be crossed.
You can't cross it.
Yeah. So some things definitely you don't want to be discussing with your single friends that you have not yet discussed with your spouse. It shouldn't be any intimate details
about the relationship.
Yeah, about the relationship that should be shared or given or made mock of, concerning certain situations.
That's a good point.
I get that
point. And also, let's say you are having some type of friction in your household with your spouse.
Yes.
You shouldn't then, if you're not laughing with that person in the house, if you're not even talking to that person in the house, I hope if the friend is a female that you have and they call and then you get on the phone and
you keep.
That may not work. That may not work. And that may
No.
cause some issues.
Absolutely.
Because you need to make sure you clear that up first before you then carry on with your friend.
Right. As they say, make sure your house is good before you go
First.
out into the neighborhood.
But once again, that's all with lines that shouldn't be crossed.
Absolutely.
Lines that shouldn't be crossed.
Now,
Any cons?
Well, yes,
Well, that's a
definitely.
con.
There was a con. One of the cons was the con was having the different mindset on a negative slate.
When it comes to
Being married and hanging out with singles, because your
Okay.
single friends may not have a married mindset or have respect for marriage. So there are
Okay.
going to be things that are going to be discussed. Lines definitely may be crossed because they may have you feeling a certain way about being married.
But does a person then need to cut that single friend off? Because
Right,
I've
that's
changed
another
my
discussion.
mindset.
Yes.
I've changed my mindset. I'm doing
Yes.
different things.
Well, when you're married, you are supposed to change your mindset.
Mhm.
You know, you are supposed to have a different flow
Mhm.
with your conversations concerning your friends, concerning your single friends.
Correct.
And definitely certain situations definitely should no longer be a part of who you are as a married spouse.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you're trying to, or if you're missing the single life because you're a married person, then you might have wanted to stay single.
Yeah, why did you get married?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
definitely another topic of
Okay.
discussion.
And married couples should have married friends.
Definitely.
I've
think-
married friends.
Yes, I think
They have the same interests, the
Absolutely.
same. They want to see you win just as much as they're winning. So
Absolutely.
the married couple should have married friends as well.
Absolutely. And do you see a lot of difference of opinion when it comes to singles when they are out with married people? Do you think they want to see them back in the single life? Have you experienced that? Because I know
Yeah.
Janet did discuss one of those issues.
Let me hear what Janet has to say. Let's hear that.
Well-
what Janet has
Well,
to say about that.
Janet had a lot to say about that.
She's still single.
Right, she's still single, and she said her situation and her issue was that her married friends suggested that she not come around their husbands. If they're hanging out as girlfriends and they're having a girls' day or girls' night out, perfect. But as far as any situations where there are more married couples intertwining, say for a party or a gathering, and there are more couples there, she's actually been told that she should not be in those settings or that she should not be able to come. And so it made her feel some type of way.
That does.
And I guess, I don't know if it was because, because I did ask her, were you dressed provocatively?
Okay.
Was this something that these married women did not want to have you around because of how you dressed? Or were you talking about certain conversations that were a little taboo, that were not on the perspective of marriage?
Were they remembering what they did when they were single
too?
too?
Right, because she might have blew up their spot.
Maybe. And if you're an honest and true friend, if you are single, you can't feel some type of way when dealing with married couples. So I do understand.
Absolutely. But let's go back to the topic where you were discussing where we could definitely have some situations where lines are crossed. Dealing with single friends, because a phone call might be made, there might be some tension in the house, and you and the spouse are, at some odds. And now here comes a phone call from
my best friend is of
your
the opposite
BFF
sex.
of the opposite sex call a man. Let's just say, she's the wife has a male friend that calls, whether, I don't care if it's a cousin, I don't care if it's a brother, but it's a male person, and you're all giddy key with them on the phone, and you got your husband over here sitting looking like, wait a minute,
You're not even talking to me.
We're not even talking or discussing.
Well, I think you just should handle that and clear up your household first.
Absolutely.
Before going and run into the friend.
Absolutely.
The friend.
Absolutely.
Whoever that may be.
Yes. So just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to have married friends and you are single, definitely kind of, me personally, I would kind of, look at the situation before I go out and want to hang out and hang around. I would make sure I'm in a peaceful mindset myself, and I know who I am, as an individual if I'm single. And the same thing with married. Make sure that these situations are on the up and up, and you're not causing any type of friction with your married friends.
Not at all.
That's
good point.
Yes.
Good points today.
Wow, Deb, that was truly another great show with another great topic. Absolutely. So definitely, we want you guys to keep sending in those topics. We don't care what it is. Definitely hit us up, okay? So, Deb, do you have a tough topic tip of the day?
I do have one.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay, well, we cannot read minds, so communication is vital.
Yes.
Since we are people that change over time, the way we communicate needs to change over time as well. So that's our tip for the day.
Absolutely. So keep on communicating, people. So remember, if you need to definitely let us know what you got on your mind, make sure you hit us up. Give them the information, Deb.
The information is you can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram at Tough Talk Today or at the information below.
Excellent. So we look forward to you guys tuning in again with us next Tuesday on Tough Talk Today.